Hi all, it is Rach. I'm from either Tarot and Chat with Rach or Spiritual and Angelic Guidance. So whichever page you are seeing this on, welcome. I thought I would do a quick all signs sort of, I guess, messages you need to hear. So I've got a few different decks that are just going to give us messages. And if I have time, I'll quickly do 3 tarot cards as well. All right, so we'll start with Aries and I'll work my way through to Pisces. All right, so Aries, let's get a card from each of these decks for you. Aries, what does Aries need to know? Okay, you've got Koala Spirit and Antelope Spirit. Life is speeding up because Spirit has a plan. They both came out. So on the bottom, you've got Spider Spirit, Make Your Dreams Real, number 56. So you've definitely got things happening. It looks like Spirit's bringing things in and it's actually happening quite quickly for you, which is amazing. This could have to do with a relationship because it's number 2 and the other number is number 8. So this is about action, it's about transformation, it can be about getting good karma. If you're a good person, you'll get good karma. So this could be something coming into your life because of that. All right, tell me more for Aries. From the Moonology. New moon in Scorpio, go deeper. So maybe there's something you need to actually look beyond like the obvious or look beyond just, like their looks. Maybe you need to go deeper with people, get to know people. I feel like there's something that you definitely need to go deeper with. You're trying to think a lot though. You need to be able to clear your mind. And it's also about going out of your comfort zone. And the card under that said go wild. So maybe you just need to actually get out and just, enjoy. Do things you haven't done before. Maybe that is where you're going to meet someone if you're after a relationship. Oh, whale, communication. You're encouraged to communicate clearly from your heart. Bridge any gaps that are keeping you from connecting deeper with your loved ones. It is important to speak your truth with emotion, vulnerability, and power. So you've got the whale. So there's also that. On the bottom, there's the bobcat mystery. It says, the bobcat teaches you there is true power and strength in silence and patience. In order to get what you want, you must be willing to plan, adapt, and above all, have the patience to see your dreams manifest. So I feel like this is something you've wanted for a while. And it's finally coming in for you, which, yeah, well, it will be coming in for you because Spirit has a plan and it's going to be coming in quite quickly. Like if you look at the antelope, it's running. It's not just, walking. Cultivate resilience and celebrate progress. Cultivate resilience, encouragement to bounce back from challenges with strength, and celebrate progress, a reminder to acknowledge and appreciate your growth. Yeah, we have to appreciate where we are. Unfortunately, sometimes things don't happen, quickly or happen when we want them to. But we also need to appreciate the journey and be grateful for what we've gone through and our lessons that we've learned on the way. It's shown that you are resilient. It's shown that you can bounce back from challenges and you are a strong individual. So there's nothing wrong with that at all. You need to love yourself. I choose to see myself as noble, beautiful, and positive. My wealth lies in my nature and potential. I know that I am a being of light and allow myself to shine. You have to love yourself, and you've got a lack of confidence because confidence is in reverse. You need to be able to love yourself. If you're going to attract somebody, you need to love yourself and know, you know, have self-worth, know what you deserve. Yeah. That was quick. They're all coming out quite quick. You've got find ways to fill your cup. Be self-full. Follow your heart and always trust your intuition. Go deep within, find your triggers and address them one by one. Self-healing is the best healing. Only then can you offer the best version of yourself, which is why I'm saying love yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to, you know, you've been through a lot with the Cultivate Resilience. You've obviously been through some absolute crap, right? And it's like trying to give you, the first two cards were trying to just sort of say to you, like, keep hope, keep the faith, you know, it is happening. Go deeper can mean a whole heap of things to different people, but either you need to go deeper in you and stop, like, I want to say, it's not just about looks. You have to go deeper. And even in you need to, you know, really look at what you want. And if you're ready and, you know what you deserve. No, I just want to say know what you deserve. You know, we're talking about communication. And, you know, maybe in the past you weren't able to actually communicate, like speak your truth. And it's making sure that you can do that with somebody. It's not just about them being a pretty boy or a pretty girl or, oh, wow, they're hot, whatever, which I think is part of the go deeper. Because I feel like previously you've had people where you couldn't speak your truth. You couldn't be vulnerable. You couldn't, you know, you had no power. You let these people control you. And it's like, I feel like you need to just listen to you. You listen to your heart. Be grateful for where you're at. Oh, you've got a couple of other cards underneath that, which is quite interesting. It says what's meant to be yours is already making its way to you. What was never yours is starting to flee from you. With time, it will all make sense. For now, bear the confusion and focus on living fully in the present. Don't let your whole life be, I'll be happy when. Be happy now. Your life is about to start moving quickly in some areas. Events that seem to have been on hold suddenly propel forward. Move with the flow and be mindful of what needs your attention most. Make decisions rationally but sensibly. Trust the wait. You are being prepared for your blessings. In order to receive, you have to be ready to receive. Things you are going through now are not random. Trust the flow of the universe. It's definitely telling you you are going to be getting what it is you want. As I said, that deer is like running in. Let me quickly get 3 cards, 3 tarot cards for you. Can you tell me about Aries, please? Ooh, well, there's 3 cards. You're at a place in your life, I feel like, where you want commitment. I feel like you're at the moment very sort of, you know, feeling like you're not in a place where you want to be. So you're feeling very discontent, maybe bored with your life. Maybe that's got something to do with lack of finances, lack of money. It could also be due to heartbreak that maybe you're not yet over. As I said, you feel like you've got no strength, but you are resilient. You have the inner strength to get through this, to get what it is you want. And looks like the conflict and defeat are over, and you've got love begins under that with a triumphant success, first of Ace of Swords as well underneath. So you've definitely got new beginnings happening. You've learned a lot. Like with whatever you've gone through, you've definitely learned lessons. But as I said, obstacles and challenges are now over. So things are going to start happening for you, which is amazing. I just feel like keep working on yourself, working on loving you, working on, speaking your truth, like know that it's coming. So that is amazing. Okay, so that's what I have for Aries. I will quickly put the cards away and then we will move on to Leo. Sorry. And I'll record the time. Oops. All right, what's the time? 11. All right, let's move on. So, hi, Leo. If you are watching from Spiritual and Angelic Guidance or Tarot and Chat with Rach, hi. Please go and like the other channel. Take what resonates, and I'm just doing a couple of quick cards for everyone, so to maybe get a few messages you need to hear. So tell me about Leo. Ooh, you've got a couple that have come out. I just wanted one from each deck, but you've got on the bottom of the deck, you've got Lizard Spirit, Dream the World into Being, which is all about manifesting. So you can create your life, right? If you're not happy where you are, maybe it's time to make a move, make a change. You've got Claim Your Independence, the Cat Spirit in reverse. The chameleon, I think it's chameleon. Spirit, Act as If in reverse. And Fox Spirit, Think on Your Feet in reverse. First of all, you are progressing 13 to 14 to 27. You are progressing to 38. So you are progressing. You might have been through, I want to say, first of all, there's been lack of stability and security in situations you've been in. And I feel like that's why you need to claim back your own independence here, because previously, you've relied on other people. And with the chameleon, being number 14, which is 4 and 1 is 5. 5s are about conflict, loss, and change. So you've had to make a change. So I feel like if you're trying to, put yourself out there, or you're trying to fit into situations, I feel like you need to act as if, right? So, act as if everything's fine. You're okay, like, fake it till you make it type thing. And with regards to the manifesting, it's like they always say to manifest something, you should like act as if that's happening, right? So like if you want a job, act as if, you get up every morning, put on your suit, get ready, like whatever it is, right, that you're wanting to do. Act as if you're going to work and then you're coming home from work. Or if you want to manifest a boyfriend, a partner, then maybe after work every day you ring them to say, hey babe, I'm on my way home. And I've done this. Nobody knows that, when you're holding your phone to your head, that you're not actually on it. It's part of manifesting, right? So act as if, like the chameleon will blend in to, if it's on a stick, it will turn brown, to blend in, to act as if it's the stick. That's its way to protect itself. And I feel like you need to, because it's about manifesting and dreaming the world into being, I feel like you just need to act as if. Maybe that's your way to manifest. Maybe that's just something to help you. You've got Think on Your Feet as the Fox Spirit, 27, which is 9. So things that you are going to accomplish things, or things are coming to a climax. Now, all of these cards were in reverse. So you need to end something that maybe you're not ending. And this could just be, you know, like relying on other people, being codependent, whatever this is. I feel like you need to really think these things through. Think about what it is you want. As I said, they came out in reverse, so you need to claim your independence, you know, or maybe because it's in reverse, you're too independent. You know, maybe you just feel like you can't rely on anyone else. As I said, it's a general read, right? So this is going to be different for different people. But I feel like it came out in reverse. So maybe you're too independent and people are scared off by that. I do feel like you need to manifest what it is you want, though, because that's the card that's come out on the bottom. And I feel like you need to surrender to the universe, to God, whoever you believe, because I feel like we try to control how our life goes. We try to control things in our life. And yeah, I just feel like you need to surrender and give up the control. Let Spirit do what it needs to do to help you get what it is that you're manifesting. All right, let's get Immunology for Leo. One card for Leo, please. They're like, we do not want to pop out. Leo. Okay. On the bottom, you've got full moon in Aries, cool your emotions, and it's in reverse. So there's something that you also haven't forgiven. Oh, and you've also got release control in reverse. Exactly what I just said. You need to release your control, and you've got relax in reverse. So yeah, you just want this thing now. Whatever this is, it's like you need to manifest it. Maybe you're not even putting yourself out there with the cat that claim your independence. Maybe you're not even putting yourself out there. You can't meet people sitting on your couch, right? And maybe you are telling people, I'm okay being on my own. But are you? Like, really, you're okay, you know? I don't know. I just feel like you've also got let your fears dissolve. That was the card that came out, and it's in reverse. I feel like you're okay being on your own, and I feel like you tell people you're okay being on your own, but I do feel like you have a lot of fear regarding being on your own forever. Like, I feel like maybe you're okay being on your own right now, but I feel like for somebody, you actually do want somebody, and you might tell people you're okay. I'm okay being on my own. I'm okay. I could be on my own forever quite easily, but I do feel like, you know, you definitely have fears surrounding that. But I do feel like, you know, for somebody, I do feel like you know that this is coming. You know. All right, can I have a card for Leo, please? Hippopotamus exploration. And on the bottom, you've got zebra, open-minded. There is more than one way of looking at things. You must be ready to accept alternative viewpoints and new ideas. You must open your eyes to new ideas and new ways of resolving problems. Open-minded. As I said, I just feel like you need to let go of control. And I feel like it's more just accepting that spirit will bring in, you know, something better than we even expect. So you need to just let go of the reins. I feel like that's like a huge message. Exploration. If you became bored with your life, you have the creative power to stir things up and revitalize everything. You can do this by starting new projects, setting new goals, and making spiritual connections. So you're probably discontent, which is why, you know, you want things to happen, but at the same time, telling people I'm okay. God, Leo, please. Nurture yourself, embrace vulnerability, connect with nature, practice forgiveness. Cultivate gratitude. Same sort of message that Aries had. Nurture you. Like, you need to look after you just as much, and yourself. Release grudges, find peace, forgive. Nature is great for us to spend time in. True strength lies in being open and authentic. Embrace vulnerability. As I said, you've got to put yourself out there, right? You can't just sit there and think, okay, I'm going to sit on my couch and talk to no one. And like, you're never going to get what it is you want. You need to be open. You need to put yourself out there. Be vulnerable with people. Which I know is hard because you've probably been hurt so many times that it's like, I don't want to be hurt again. I get it. All right. You've got present and self-respect in reverse. Concentrate is on the bottom. And it says, I focus on what's inside of me. When negativity rises within me, I transform it into light and hope. So self-respect and present. The future doesn't exist and the past is gone. I focus on the present. I am once again confident in life. When my soul is ready, good things happen. You don't believe that. You're just, as I said, it's like you have fear that you're not going to get what it is you want, but I feel like you are. And also you think that you're going to get more of what you've had, which is not the case. I follow my heart. My heart knows what's good for me. I respect my limits. I answer the requests of my body and soul. As a result, I learn to love myself, which we've already talked about. Yeah, I think there was a card saying something about that. But you do need to love you. I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to put this many cards together when my hands are so little, but anyway, is what it is. All right, can I get a card, please, for Leo? Find ways to fill your cup. Oh, this card came out for Aries. Follow your heart and always trust your intuition. Go deep within. Find your triggers and address them one by one. Self-healing is the best healing. Only then can you offer the best version of yourself, which is why, yeah, you've got to let go of the fears. You've got to let go of the hurt from the past. Work on that. Accept where you are at this moment in time. Only then can you begin to move forward. Be clear about your intentions. This makes it easier for us and the universe to help you. Doors will open unexpectedly. Be ready. All right, let's get a couple of tarot. Oh my God, they keep breaking, and I swear I've got like two new decks of the same, but I love my cards. All right, let's get 3 cards for Leo. Can you tell me 3 cards? 3 cards for Leo, thank you. Okay, yeah, you're worried about not succeeding, that's for sure, because things are taking time, but you need to let that go, because you are going to be successful. Yeah, you've been in a lot of situations where with the four of wands in reverse, I just feel like you've had a lot of these situations where there was conflict. You feel like you can't leave the past behind, like you're worried that it's still going to happen. You know, the situations you find yourself in are, there's like a lack of stability and security. There's but you can't let the past go. And then you have Judgment. So I feel like this is like telling you to kind of, what's the word? Forgive. You might have a bit of a wake-up call, and this could even be the wake-up call, just saying, look, you know, keep manifesting what you want. You are going to get it. But you need to let go of that fear that you're not going to get what you want, or you're going to keep getting more of what you've had. Because you're, what's the word? Creating that again. Like you're manifesting that again, because the universe goes, oh, that's what you want, because you're so focused on it. You need to let go of, and I don't want any more of that. Focus on what you do want so you can create that reality, rather than creating the reality of hurt and pain and whatever from the past. You need to forgive and let that go, so that you can then get what it is you do want. All right. Let's move on. So we're up to Sag 2641. All right, Sag, welcome. If you're on either tarot and a chat with Rach or spiritual and angelic guidance, please go and like the other page. I want to try and get subscribers on both, but tarot and chat with Rach is my new page. I'm just going to get a couple of cards and we'll do tarot. So quickly tell me what is for Sag. Oh, you've got a couple. Lion Spirit, Bee Spirit, Ant Spirit, and Scarab Beetle Spirit. On the bottom, Porcupine Spirit. Time for beginner mind. And Rabbit. Now is a lucky time. Lion Spirit. Be generous of spirit. Bee Spirit. Sweet results await. The Ant Spirit. Time to collaborate. And Scarab Beetle is magic works through you. Interesting. Time for a beginner mind. Number 48. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2 and 1 is 3. 3 is about growth. You're definitely progressing because you've got 48, 49. So I feel like you need to kind of, I keep hearing you need to like forget what you've been through. Like try and look at things like you haven't been hurt in the past, because you're kind of bringing everything into the new. And it's like, good things are coming. Now is a lucky time. Things are coming for you. Like good things are coming into your life. And I feel like whatever you've been through has helped you grow. Because you've been through whatever situations in your life. I mean, sweet results await. Number 7, I feel like you possibly have been through some challenges and obstacles, but I feel like that is definitely good things are going to start coming. Because Lion Spirit is number 37. 7 and 3 is 10. So that is all about endings and new beginnings. Getting, closure, having... And you're a strong person with the lion. Lions are strong animals. They're the king of the jungle. I feel like just know that whatever you've been through or you're going through, you can get through. Good things are going to come. Stop thinking that the past is, it seems to be a common message, but stop thinking that the past is going to continue. It's time to collaborate. New beginnings, number one. Good things are happening. As I said, you know, maybe you're going to be with somebody and maybe it's work related. Maybe it's that you come together to collaborate and you end up finding somebody in, you know, finding that in that person, you know, if you're after a relationship. Or work-wise, it could just be that you're going to collaborate and that's going to bring a new beginning for you. 52, which is also number 7. Magic works through you. You can create what it is you want. You can manifest and create the life that you want. You just need to believe that. I feel like you're a very good manifester. Like if you really try, I think you'd be a very good manifester. Scarab beetle. They were Egyptian, weren't they? Might be some sort of Egyptian past life. I don't know. Just had that for somebody. Focus on the positive. New moon in Sag. And it's in reverse. As I said, you're not focusing on the situation that, like, you're focused on the past. You're focused on the hurt. You're focused on, you need to have a beginner's mind. And the thing I'm getting about that is just don't worry about the past. Like, we've all had situations where we've been hurt. And I feel like you just need to let that go. Which seems to be a common theme right now. Isn't it Lionsgate right now too? So it's probably why, as I'm filming this. Okay. If it is meant to be, it will be. You won't have to force, convince, or worry over it. Let it flow, let it be, and let it come to you. You are attracting everything you need. Trust the timing of your life. And it came out in reverse because you, as I said, you're so concerned with the past. You're just creating that. And if you're not careful, you'll manifest more of that rather than manifesting what it is you want. You are being guided. I feel like you have fears, you have, you just don't think that you're going to get them. Like whatever it is you want for your life. I just feel like you feel like you're gonna keep getting more of the same. Okay, can you tell me more? Okay, you've got a couple. Sparkle. I turn fear into strength. I free my mind from doubt and have faith in the goodness of the universe. I love and accept myself as a soul, and I discover the light that lives within me. You will attract whoever is meant for you. They will see this sparkle in you. Now, you've got changes and love myself. Loving yourself is part of this sparkle. You need to see yourself as that. Have the confidence, which I feel like there was confidence under guidance. There was confidence, raven confidence. And yeah, I just feel like you need to be able to have the confidence to see yourself as this sparkle in the world. People are going to be attracted to your light, the right people. And the people that aren't for you, they will be turned off by that. So hopefully they will keep away and you'll start having good things happening to you. You're making changes. And I feel like you've been making progress, or you've been progressing, and part of that was the growth. I think I mentioned growth before. So yeah, I feel like you are going to be making, or you are currently making changes, trying to love yourself, trying to get some self-worth. Now you've got one step at a time and acceptance, both in reverse. You're not really open to the acceptance. You're not open to like getting out there, meeting new people. You're not accepting moving forward, something else. One step at a time. It's all just about making those small steps. It doesn't have to be huge changes, because we're talking about changes here. It doesn't have to be big changes, but you've got to make a small change, like, so for example, say you wanted to get out of a situation you're in, you don't have any money. Just an example, right? Save $1 a week. Eventually you'll have enough money to get a bus ticket back home, or get a train ticket out of wherever you are, or whatever. Go and apply for work, look for a job, like do whatever it is you need to do, but make small changes, take small steps, do something. Don't just sit there and do nothing and be like, well, it will, whatever's happened will happen. It's not going to do that. It's not just going to happen for you sitting on your couch. You need to make things happen. Hopefully that doesn't fall over. Okay, you've got from messages from the universe. If you didn't get something you really wanted at this time, if you feel stuck or feel like things are not going according to your plans, know that something bigger and better is coming. It's something filled with divine magic that couldn't come into your life if you were to receive what you are asking for now. As I said, because if you're focusing on the hurt and the pain and the past and whatever, you're going to keep getting more of that. So you might feel stuck. You might feel like nothing's happening for you. You feel like it's not progressing, but it can't come in because you're so focused on the past. So in a way, you're asking for it without even like asking for it. As I said, it seems to be the same message at the moment for everyone. Positive movement forward, destiny, temptation, deception, and emotional loss. Things are changing with the destiny card and positive movement forward. So it's like things are changing for you to be more positive because this is what you've been through. And this is what you're manifesting more of. You're manifesting more pain, your breakups, people cheating on you, or being in toxic relationships, being lied to, being deceived, not seeing that people are not who they say they are. Whatever this is, it's like these two cards came out first. You are making a positive movement forward. Changes, like I said. One step at a time. It will happen for you because you're a good person and the wheel is always turning. So even if we're going through complete shit, it will turn and you will come out. But look after you and stop believing that you're not going to have success. You've got to take action. If you take action, you will succeed. You've got to take action. You can't just sit on your couch and hope for the best. All right, that is what I have for you. Sag, I will move on to Taurus. All right, so 39:45. All right, let's move on. So Taurus. If you're watching this on Tarot and Chat with Rach or Spiritual and Angelic Guidance, please feel free to like the other one because I'm trying to start a new channel. So just doing a couple of cards and then we'll do tarot just for a quick message. All right. Let's have a look. What have you got? Elephant Spirit. Learn from the past. Okay. On the bottom, 24. Electric Eel. Spirit, bring your ideas to life. Freedom is yours with the horse underneath that. Learn from the past. So you're not learning. You're repeating the same patterns. And unfortunately, you're going to keep getting the same patterns if you keep, if you don't learn, if you don't grow. Number 25. 2 and 5 is 7. 7s are about challenges and obstacles. And unfortunately, you're not learning. So you're going to keep creating more of the same. You need to learn. You learn the lesson, you don't keep getting it. You've got to learn the lesson. Another card, please. I just heard somebody makes a lot of spur of the moment decisions, yeah, you don't think you're going to get good luck. You need to be grateful for what you've been through, what you have, even though it might have been really shit. You need to be grateful that you are where you are. So maybe, for example, you were in toxic, abusive situations, you're out of it, right? So if you're out of it, be grateful for that. I'm out of that situation. I'm no longer in that situation. Because I feel like whatever this is, you're manifesting a lot of, at the moment, what you don't want because you haven't learned. You haven't learned the lesson. So step up and lead, release control, forgive, call your emotions is in reverse. You haven't let something go. You're still holding on to something from the past. At the same time, you're trying to control what's going to happen, from here, for example, you're trying to control, when you're with people, you're trying to control who they are. When you're with relationships, possibly you're trying to control how that relationship goes. If it's work related, you're trying to control something at work. You need to, but I feel like this is a love related one because you're not learning from the past. You need to forgive. You need to let this go. You need to, which is about releasing control. You need to let it go. I feel like you still need to deal with your emotions when it comes to this because you got call your emotions and it's in reverse. So I feel like you still got a lot of pent up feelings and emotions when it comes to this situation. You need to deal with it, otherwise you're just going to carry it on. All right. Tell me more, please. For Taurus. Make today your new beginning. Try to leave any past mistakes in the past. Don't allow them to weigh you down any longer. Move forward today with the confidence and knowing that you have better and brighter days ahead. Exactly what we've been saying this whole time. Let the past go. Then you've got peace. You've got transformation with the snake. What does that card say? Sometimes walking away is the only option, not because you want to make someone miss you or realize they took you for granted, but because you finally respect yourself enough to know you deserve better. You just don't, you're not grateful for where you're at, what you've been through. And part of this transformation is going and learning from the past, forgiving, just letting the past go, because the more you hold on to it, the more you hold on to these pent up emotions and whatever. that you're not going to have any kind of inner peace. So I feel like you need to definitely work on that. Learn from the past so you don't repeat it. Heal the past so you don't keep repeating it. You like every day, you know, wake up and stress about something, or you think about someone and it makes you angry, and yeah, I feel like and I'm not even like, it's not even my problem. So you've got dispersion. I take one thing at a time, focus on the present moment. I get rid of my doubts and all my fears dissipate. I find peace in my life. Exactly what we were just talking about. And you've got kind-hearted. So you are a very kind person. I deal with difficulties through a positive mindset. I consciously show kindness to those around me. So you do have a very positive mindset, I'm sure. But as I said, you just need to let go of, be kind to yourself, let go of the past hurts, the past pain, the past anger, the whatever. Like, you really can have a bright future. You just have to let all this stuff go. Do the healing, learn from the past. Okay, on the bottom, you've got focus on what is important to you. Don't give your time or energy to your worries, as this would only amplify them. This is what we've been saying. Focus on what matters to you most. With every thought, you are creating your future. Yes, that's exactly what I've been saying. Yes, you're manifesting more of it because you're putting it out there, and then you're not dealing with it and you're not learning from it. So you're repeating more of the same. Oh, hallelujah. Okay. Those difficult times will pass. Nothing bad lasts forever. The sun will shine again, the birds will sing, and the clouds will clear, and you will be glad you kept moving forward. You will soon be rewarded for your patience. Hold on, you are far stronger than you think. Yes. Yes. The reason some people have walked away from you for no reason has nothing to do with you. They've been removed from your life because the universe is taking you next. I don't know what that means. They have already served their purpose in your life. Let them go and keep moving. Greater is coming. I think they put a wrong word in this card. But it's, yeah, they've got your back. What is meant for you won't pass you by. You will never have to force something that is truly meant to be. Trust in the perfection of divine timing and allow your life to unfold as it should. Whatever comes, let it come. Whatever goes, let it go. And if you're feeling stuck in any area of your life, whether it is in a relationship, a job, or just a situation, ask yourself, what is stopping me from leaving? Yes, leaving is scary, but sometimes it's the right step to take. Be brave. We are right beside you. So you've got a whole heap of positive cards right there. And you've got that make today your new beginning card. So don't allow them to weigh you down any longer. Move forward. So whatever happened in the past, leave it in the past. I feel like that's part of your transformation, is you letting the pain and the hurt go. Because it's going to, yeah, it's going to affect your, yeah. You haven't let the mental conflict go. You're trapped in fear. You've got stand your ground and mental conflict, Two of Swords in reverse. Obstacles and challenges are over. Yeah, like, okay. So you got Swords, Eight of Swords, Seven of Wands, Two of Swords in reverse. Trapped in fear. Like, this is you thinking that you're stuck, thinking that there's no way you can, you know, get out of a situation or whatever. But it's telling me that it's in your head, right? It's like you're not literally stuck. Like in the traditional tarot, a lady is standing there with swords around her in a circle, and she's like blindfolded and her arms are like loosely tied, she could just get out of, right? Or cut them on the sword and get out of it, take the blindfold off. Like, she can walk right out of there. But because she's in this like, oh my God, I'm trapped, I'm stuck, I can't get out mentality, but it's not actually true. And I'm not saying you're a crazy person or whatever, but I'm saying you can get out of a situation that you may feel trapped in. You may feel like there's no way out, but there is. My throat's going all weird. So I feel like you need to speak your truth, or there's something that you have never got to say that maybe you need to write in a letter, burn it, return it to the earth. Stand your ground. You can have success. I feel like you did stand your ground in a situation, which was where you took back your own power, step up and lead. And I feel like that's exactly what you did or will do. Mental conflict in reverse. I feel like this is just like, for some of you, you were in denial, or you're in denial still. Maybe you're feeling like, oh, I've moved on from, the past and I'm letting it go. And, oh, I've definitely learned from the past and I won't repeat it. And whatever this is, I feel like you have not. Like, I feel like you need to really look at things differently and have a new perspective. And I hope that this kind of helps that, because I feel like with the Hangman card, I feel like you need some enlightenment when it comes to your situation. You might think that you've learned. You might think that, you're not letting your past mistakes affect your future or your current, but I'm telling you, you are. And I feel like you need to have a different look at that, different perspective, and realize that, you're in denial about it. You haven't got over the past. You haven't forgiven. You haven't let it go. Whatever this is, learn from the past, because you have brighter days ahead. Like, I just feel like good things are coming. You just need to be more out of the denial place and more like realizing that what I'm saying is correct. All right, let's move on, because this has been a long read. 5214. We're on to Virgo. Get a card for Virgo. Virgo, if you are seeing this on Tarot and Chat with Rach, or you're seeing it on Spiritual and Angelic Guidance, please go and like the other page. I'm trying to grow both of those channels. So the card that just fell out when I was shuffling was Cow Spirit in reverse. The miracles are endless. You don't think that you're going to achieve what it is you want. And this seems to be the current message with everyone at the moment. You just think that this is it for you. What number is it? 15. 5 and 1 is 6. Sixes are about success and reward, and it's in reverse because you just think that you're not going to get what it is you want, what it is you desire, what it is you dream of. Keep your heart open. It's in reverse. You feel like, okay, if you want love, it's like, I want love, but I'm so hurt and I'm so, I've been through so much in my life that, like, telling people and telling everyone, I want love, I want love, I want love. But at the same time, I've shut my heart off and I've got walls that are higher than, higher than ever. No one could climb that. Which is where then you'll miss out, because, like, you need to have your heart open so you can let someone else in. You've got to find balance. You need to find a balance in a situation. Like, you need to, yeah, you might be hurt, so you've got to have some walls, but at the same time, you have to have it down somewhat so you can let someone in. And I'm not saying let it down completely and you go in trusting 100% when you first meet someone. I'm saying you need to go in and have it down 50%. Be open to meeting someone new. Be open to whatever life brings. Just don't go in there going, no, that's it. Like, I'm open to love and then my wall's 100, high. I couldn't even get out of that. Never let someone climb me over to come see me. Control. You've got Lion. You are encouraged to explore how to express your needs or thoughts more openly and constructively to reduce your level of frustration. Maybe there's some sort of anger issue, aggressive impulses, or it could just be that you want control. I want to be in control of, like, me meeting someone. I'm going to be in control of what I let this person do, and I'm going to be in control of how I meet someone and when I'm ready, and but the unfortunate thing is then you're not keeping your heart open because you're too busy trying to control the situation, every situation. Oh, if I go to this place, well, I might meet someone. You've got to have your heart open. If you're sitting there like, no one is going to talk to you. You need to, like, get out there. Hello, smile at a few people, like, I feel like when I said before about, what did I say? Oh, control. We were talking about control. I feel like if there's any decisions to be made, don't rush into them. I feel like you can keep your heart open without rushing. I feel like just take your time. Like, examine things carefully. Get to really know someone. As I said, before you knock down your walls completely, I feel like you can have some sort of control, but I feel like you need to just sort of, open your heart somewhat. Knock down those walls a little bit so you can actually get to know other people and know someone, and maybe you'll end up meeting someone. Unflinching. I am steadfast in the face of fear. I accept the challenge calmly. I am determined to think with gentleness and calm. I am nourished by the great sun. As a result, the light within me grows brighter and brighter. Yeah, people are definitely seeing, they will see your light. They'll see that, they'll see this light that will attract them. The right people will be attracted by this light within you. But I feel like it's all about calm, gentleness. You've got peace of mind underneath that. And it talks about, I know peace. I have a gentle perspective on life. Meet each step with confidence. I remain brave in the face of fear. I feel like there's a lot about being gentle, maybe you come across very harsh. And I mean, I know I have a resting bitch face, and I hear that quite a bit. And I'm not going to walk around like, so everyone thinks that I'm happy or freaking high on something. Like, unfortunately, this is my face. And it doesn't mean I'm not enjoying myself. It doesn't mean I'm miserable. It doesn't mean anything. It's just me. So, but people will get to know you, and who are interested will legit get to know you, to know that you're not that type of person. They'll be attracted by your light, like I said. You are resilient. Yeah, you definitely got inner strength from whatever you've gone through in the past. Self-awareness is key. Take time today to go within, spend time with your soul, go for a walk in nature, ground yourself, meditate, listen to your favorite music, whatever you enjoy most, do that today. And instead of pushing yourself so hard, stop. breathe, and reevaluate. You are doing enough, even if it doesn't feel like it. Don't wear yourself out to the point of exhaustion. It is not worth it. Balance your time more wisely. And we had find a balance. So this could even be balance time-wise. Like maybe you feel like you've got no time for anything, or you're so busy, you know, you don't have time to put in to get to know someone properly or whatever. It's going to be different for different people, right? But there's a lack of balance somewhere, whether it's your head and your heart, whether it's time. Okay, 2 more cards for Virgo, please. On the bottom, you have the Lovers. And you've got the Sun, Hope. But disruption with the Tower and destiny. Something was destined to, I feel like, make you move forward. Like, what's that called? What's that word called? It's like pushing you. Whatever you went through, you had a Tower moment that you tried to avoid, but it ended up, it was meant to be. And it pushed you forward into what you're heading towards now, which is hope. And if you are after love, it is coming. Keep the faith. Yeah, you definitely learnt, and I feel like whatever you went through, it was definitely, you learnt the lesson. It's over. Endings and new beginnings, with the new beginning being the Ace of Pentacles. So you could have got a new job, you know, whatever it is you want for your life. You need to know the miracles are endless, which was the first card that we got. That you just don't think that you can create a life that you want. And it's like, you can make this. And I feel like whatever obstacles and challenges you've been through, they're in the past. I feel like you need to leave them there, because whatever happened, as I said, is pushing you to this amazing future. Yeah, get excited about the future instead of fearing it. Opportunities will present themselves to you when they're meant to, all in divine timing. Know that you're in the right place at the right time. Don't place limits upon yourself. You are an infinite being with unlimited potential. You can have and be anything you want. Don't hold yourself back or allow anyone else to. This is your life. Live your truth and remain heart-centered at all times. So stop putting the negative and the I'm not going to get what I want, and you know, all those kind of like self-limiting negative thoughts that you're having. Get rid of them and replace them with positivity and affirmations and the positive thoughts where your miracles are endless. You can create the life that you want. You just have to believe it and continue to believe it. All right, that is what I have. Let's move on. So Capricorn, 01, 03, 18. Okay, Capricorn, if you are on Tarot and Chat with Rach or Spiritual and Angelic Guidance, please like the other page. I'll put the link in the box below. I'm trying to build both channels at the moment. Okay, take what resonates. Let me just get a quick drink. And take the time. Hopefully I'll get through these before I've got to go out. Okay, let's go. Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation. Clear out the clutter. Make your dreams real. That's a weird looking frog. It looks like it's backwards. Anyway. Endings and new beginnings with number 28. You and spider spirit make your dreams real. Number 11. If you're after love or after something, you can create it. Clear out the clutter. You're definitely moving on, getting rid of something that wasn't for your highest good. With the beaver spirit number 6, 6 is about success and reward, and you've got lay a solid foundation. So that's what you're trying to work on. You're trying to create a solid foundation. It could be in a relationship, it could be just in your life. We will find out more. Okay, can you tell me more, please, for Capricorn? Trust all will be well. Let your fears dissolve. So you do have concerns, although it sounds like your fears are dissolving. I think you are seeing that your life, since something didn't go the way you'd hoped, and it looks like now you're trying to sort of rebuild, is what I'm getting. You got rid of things that weren't for your highest good. You no longer fear when it comes to a situation. I feel like because you've laid a solid foundation, I feel like you're quite content and happy where you are in your life at the moment. There's still some sort of doubts, like you still have maybe the odd negative thought where you're like, because you don't trust all will be well, you think that something is going to happen, it's going to happen again. And I feel like you went from a place where you weren't very independent to having to be by yourself. And I feel like even the raccoon letting go, it's in reverse. So there's something where you haven't let something go. No, actually, it was in reverse, wasn't it? So you've let something go. You cleared out the clutter. You've let your fears dissolve. You have let something go. I still feel, though, like you still question whether something's going to stay good. It's like when things are good, normally they go bad. And it's just keep believing that everything's going to be fine. You are brave. You are, whatever you've been through, I feel like you are stronger than what you know. The card came out in reverse for bravery. I am stronger than fear, stronger than doubt. I am light and I stay light. I trust in God and do not blink in the face of life's trials. I grow through every challenge. You don't feel like you're brave, which is probably why you feel like you still have in the back of your mind that everything's not okay. But everything is okay. Okay. On the bottom you had, go back to the heart of who you truly are. There you will find peace. Look at your life in its entirety. Acknowledge any old wounds and then release them. Use what they taught you as added strength. Keep moving forward with a renewed sense of confidence. So spot on. And you will soon be surprised and grateful for how everything happened the way it did, for you to receive better and greater. It's all adding up in your favor. Trust the process and how things are unfolding for you. Exactly. All right, let's get a couple of tarot. Can I get 3 tarot, please, for Capricorn? more, please. Thank you. Okay, so you've got Judgment in reverse. I feel like for some of you, there was a lack of truth. For some of you, I feel like for some of you, you could have had some sort of self-doubt that, like, even with the bravery in reverse, I feel like you just didn't think you could do it. And for others, I feel like somebody may want to come back. So take it however this resonates for you. But you haven't let go of the past for some of you. Or you needed to let go of the past. But there wasn't a solid foundation. There was something that wasn't... It was either not a happy home, like there were things going on, you know, behind closed doors, that it just made you feel like it was... You might have at one point thought it was a solid foundation, but then it became like not so solid. And I feel like you've had to like rebuild. That's what I'm getting from this whole thing. You've had to become more independent. You had to control your finances. Maybe that wasn't happening before. You know, maybe you need to let go of the past, or maybe it was just that you what am I trying to say? Trying to say things were rocky at some point, which made it feel like it wasn't so stable. And maybe that's why you had to clear the clutter out, because whatever it is was not for your highest good anymore. Yeah, you had to be strong. You didn't think you had the inner strength to do it, but you had to like take back your power. You definitely learned whatever it was you needed to learn. I just want to get a different deck for a minute. Tell me more about the Judgment, Four of Wands in reverse, and the Nine of Pentacles, please, for Capricorn. Yeah, resilience. Nine of Fire. You are protected. You were protected throughout whatever it was you went through. I feel like you had to learn, you had to use your resilience through whatever you went through. Yeah. Tell me more, please. Ace of Water. You had to have a new beginning. There was definitely a lot to do with your emotions and relationships. And I feel like that's why you didn't feel like there was a firm foundation, or why things didn't feel so happy here. I feel like you were also protected from a lot of truth here, where you might feel like you didn't get closure, but I feel like it's more that you were being protected. And I feel like you kind of were prepared for whatever this was. Like there was something that prepared you for this. Like somebody just wasn't. I feel like somebody wasn't coping. Two Harvest. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, willpower. This wasn't a change that you had wanted by any means, but I feel like with the Five of Fire, there's no more conflicts or having to protect yourself and your emotions and yeah. But you know, you did what you had to, and that's why you now have the solid foundation, because you are now getting what you want. You took action. You know, you might have had to have moved, you might have had to make some huge changes because it was a huge change in your life, but I feel like whatever this was, it has definitely brought in this firm foundation, so which is great. All right, let's move on. Libra, 01 1605. All right, Libra, if you are on Tarot and Chat with Rach or Spiritual and Angelic Guidance, please go and like the other page. I'm trying to build up my subscribers on both. The link is below. Libra, let Spirit be your guide with a hawk. You're not learning from the past, but you need to open it to infinite possibilities with the starfish. Ooh. So you're not learning from the past. Let Spirit be your guide. And it's number 32. 3 and 2 is 5. And 5s are about conflict, loss, and change. So you've been through something, but you still haven't learnt from it. But they're trying to help you. Spirit is trying to help you. So you've got think it through and assess the situation, both in reverse. You're just not... I feel like this is part of the learn from the past. You're just repeating the same things. And rather than think it through and be like, I don't think this is really what I, you know, should be doing, want to be doing, wanting this in my life, whatever. You're not thinking it through. And Spirit's telling you that they're trying to guide you. They're trying to help you. You're just not paying attention. Wolf. You've got bear underneath that. Strength. Inner strength and strength. So you can get through this. You might not think you are, but you can. And it says take a step back and try to take a look at it with fresh eyes. Think it through. Might be time for you to stand for your beliefs or your truth with strength and confidence. And underneath that, you've got resilience, and it's in reverse. For some reason, you just don't think that you can get through something. You feel like you aren't resilient. You feel like, what were the two that came out? Came out in reverse. If you pay close attention, you'll notice all the doors that once closed are opening up, just in different forms. Things may not appear exactly as you had envisioned. I feel like maybe that is the problem. The doors that were closed are now opening, but they're ones where you were in this, like, you're in this place of, like, let's say toxic relationships, toxic life, whatever. Now, when you're that like that, you're going to attract like, right? So those doors that wouldn't open, like, because you're in one situation, maybe they're not opening, and maybe that was for your protection. But now they're opening, and Spirit's like, don't go there. They were closed before for a reason. Keep moving forward. But you're like, let me see. You're not thinking things through. You're not assessing the situation. And it says, learn to ride the waves of life. When faced with difficult times, you can either fight against the current or go with it. Ask yourself, what is to be gained by depleting your energy, fighting against it? Don't do that to yourself. I just think you need to realize your strength, your inner strength, you're resilient. I feel like you need to think about things, learn from the past where maybe you didn't do that in the past. And I feel like maybe you now need to actually think things through before you do them. Appreciate, energetic action, and freedom is in reverse. Release is on the bottom. It's about releasing and believing that you are where you're meant to be and that things will go your way, things will happen for you. Like, release that need to control what is happening. It's like, let go, let God. Appreciate your life. Appreciate the small things. Appreciate, you're feeling very trapped though. You're feeling like there's no way. I don't know whether like a victim mentality. I feel like you are capable, is what I'm hearing, of making changes in your life. Whether you choose to is a different thing. As I said, think it through, assess the situation. You're not doing that. Spirit is trying to help you. Let Spirit be your guide, but you're not learning from the past. You're just going down the same rabbit holes that you went through before, rather than going, okay, I need to now attract better because I'm going to be better. You need to be the best version of you to attract best version of other people. Like, by you doing things, you're then increasing, good things happening for you. You have to put yourself out there to get things. And look at what in your life is causing you worry. Focus on that. Get rid of that. Clear out the clutter. Get rid of things that don't serve you any longer. Tackle your demons head on. Don't allow them to rule you for a second longer. Yeah, I feel like you just need to really change how things have been done in the past, how you were in the past. Like, you can't keep playing the victim. You have to make changes. If you weren't happy and things didn't work out the way you'd hoped, it means that it's probably because you're going to get something better. But you have to be better to attract better. Otherwise, you're just going to keep attracting more of the same shit. So they're trying to tell you, we're trying to help you. But, yeah. Let me get a couple of tarot for you. Victory and success. Fulfillment of wishes is in reverse. 9 of Cups. Oop. And moving on. And the Magician. Emotional loss. Third party. Other people involved. There was deception and envy. There needs to be a transformation. So things were not good, let's be real. There were other people involved in your relationships. There was emotional loss. There was work that needed to be done but hasn't. The deception and envy, I mean, there were things that were hidden. There was lies. It's just toxic, right? Now, you wanted victory and success, but when you've got like toxic situation like that, do you honestly think that you're going to then all of a sudden get something amazing? No. You're going to get fulfillment of wishes in reverse. you're going to get the things that you want in life not going to happen. You're going to get more shit, because that is what your like attracts like. That is the place you're in, is toxic as fuck. You go from toxic as fuck to then trying to want to get amazing things. It's not going to happen. You need to, like, as I said, there are things you need to work on. You need to do that transformation. You need to move to calmer waters. You need to move away from all these things that are not good for you, that are causing this toxic energy. Work on things in yourself that you need to work on that will help with that. And I feel like, listen, because they're trying to guide you. I just feel like you know what you need to change. You know what you need to do. The way things are going, you're going to keep getting more of the same. Sorry to tell you, but you are. So, anyway, let's move on. Gemini. 01, 25, 26. All right, Gemini. If you are watching this on Tarot and a Chat with Rach or Spiritual and Angelic Guidance, please go in the link below and like the other page. I'm trying to build up both channels at the moment. So I'm going to do a quick read for you, a couple of different decks to sort of give you what you need to know, and we'll do a quick tarot. Crow Spirit, co-create with Spirit. And you've got there is always enough with the koi fish spirit on the bottom. Okay. So number 17 and number 36. Crow Spirit, co-create with Spirit. You can manifest whatever it is you want. Number 17, 7 and 1 is 8. And 8 is about taking action, transforming, getting justice for, good karma, that kind of thing. But I feel like with the crow, you need to actually, you need to take action to get things you want, right? So, for example, say you want love. If I just go sit on my couch, okay, love, come at me. Waiting for someone to ring my doorbell anytime. It's not going to happen. I have to actually put myself out there to go and meet people, put myself in situations where I'm out in the world so that I can actually meet someone. You really need to know what you want, manifest it, put it out there to spirit, and then take action. You can't sit on your ass and go, well, I'm just going to wait till it comes to me. It's not going to happen. And there is always enough is number 36, which is 9. So 9 is like heading towards, putting an end to something. I thought that was here. I feel like things are not, you're trying to manifest, but things are not happening for you right now. And I feel like somebody's saying, oh, all the good ones are taken, or gay, or married, that typical what people say when, why have you not met anyone? Why are you single? Oh, all the good ones are taken, I feel like that, but there's always enough. There is someone out there for you. I feel like don't give up. Then you've got lighten up and honor your feelings, both in reverse, and open up to change is also in reverse on the bottom. And believe in your good luck is in reverse as well. So there's a lot of you don't believe that what you're going to get or what you want is going to happen. Seems to be a common theme for everyone at the moment. And I feel like, things aren't happening for you. It doesn't make you feel good. It makes you really in a negative place. You need to be okay with, it's human to feel those feelings. I don't feel like it's, you need to look at it and go, oh my God, I shouldn't be, that's negative. I need to be positive so I can manifest, blah, blah, blah. It's okay and human to have down moments. You should be able to completely be okay with how you're feeling, like honor those feelings. You know what? I just feel like I can't meet somebody, and I wonder if there's, enough people in the world that I'm going to meet my person. Like, feels like everyone's taken, or I feel really alone and lonely and down, or whatever you're feeling. Like, it's okay to feel that way. I know they're saying lighten up, but I also feel like you should be able to honor your feelings. You should be okay with feeling, it's human. Don't stay in that place though, which I feel like is why the lighten up card is there. Way too many. I feel like it's like, don't stay there. Don't stay in that place of like negativity and depression and feeling down about, you're just going to attract more shit. You need to be positive, but it is human to feel like negative emotions sometimes. All right. Patience is in reverse. The tiger, and trust with the hedgehog. Fox, opportunities. There is things that are going to happen for you, but you need to trust and have patience, which at the moment, as I said, is like everyone's taken, gay, married, whatever. When we talked about lighten up, it says coyote, playfulness. This is a reminder to not take things too seriously, bring more balance between wisdom and playfulness. You might need to lighten up about a matter that has been on your mind for a while. And maybe that is just, oh my God, like there's no one out there. But it's like maybe you really need to just go, you know what? I give up control. Universe, spirit, when it's the right time, you're going to bring people into my life that, if that's what I'm after. Spirit has a plan. You are never alone. And you've also got dog loyalty. You might be feeling like those around you let you down or are not doing their fair share of work. This comes as a reminder that loyalty exists and you must not settle for anything less. You deserve better than mixed signals, which is why, as I said, you've got that whole like, I'm never going to meet anyone, there's no one out there for me. But it's like, no, you don't need to settle. You don't need to settle for shit because you're feeling like, well, where's all the good ones? There are no good ones left. There is always enough. There is somebody there for you. Persevere. You definitely need to persevere. It says, I believe in myself and I stick to myself. Follow my heart. Everything will go in a better direction. Keep persevering. As I said, put yourself out there. Lighten up. Don't. I feel like when you're in a negative place and you've got a negative attitude and you're like, I'm never going to meet anyone, you go out and it's like, I feel like there's this immediate like wall that you're putting up between you and everyone. So anybody that will want to come up and say hi would be like, and they see you looking like, this is a waste of time. Like, why am I here? That's the aura that you're putting out there into the world, and people are picking up on that and going, okay, next. You need to be open. You need to not go out there with this negative mindset. It says, don't worry, everything you've been waiting for is on its way. Progress is being made, even if you can't yet see the results. So much is happening behind the scenes. Trust the process. Your life is about to start moving quickly in some areas. Events that seem to have been on hold suddenly propel forward. Move with the flow and be mindful of what needs your attention most. Make decisions rationally but sensibly. And whatever's meant for you is not going to pass you by. Let's continue. Live your life to its fullest potential. Let go of the need for approval from others. Live up to your own expectations and nobody else's. No more selling yourself short. Keep moving forward. You've got this, and focus on what is important to you. Don't give your time or energy to your worries, as this would only amplify them. Focus on what matters to you most. With every thought, you are creating your future. Exactly. As I said. So it's like, don't stress. The Spirit's saying don't stress. Co-create with Spirit. There is always enough. Like, you will be fine. Whatever it is you want in your life, you'll be fine. Okay. Okay, one more, please. There we go. Yeah, you definitely have a lack of patience, and it's like you're struggling because you're not in control. You want a firm foundation. You currently are working on finances or wanting to work on finances, and but at the same time you're discontent and bored, but then you've got positive movement forward. So things are going to happen quite quickly. I just feel like you need to be more positive when it comes to your throat chakra. You need to be more positive, less negativity, like less, I'm never going to meet anyone, blah, blah, blah. Positive. Put yourself out there. I'm open to this. Like, you say you go to, I don't know, an event with friends. Go there thinking the best of the situation. You never know who you're going to meet, right? You never know. You might even go food shopping and run into somebody in the banana section. You don't know. Right? So don't go into every situation with so much negativity and, oh my God, I'm never going to meet them. And you need to go into it with like, this is another of me putting myself out there. Bring it on. Whatever's going to happen, bring it on. Enjoy your life. Like, don't look at it in such a negative way. Anyway, that's what I have for you, Gemini. Now, Aquarius. 01/36/43. Another drink quick. Check the time. Shit. I'll have to finish these reads later. If you are watching this on Current Chat with Rach or Spiritual and Angelic Guidance, please go and like the other page. I'm trying to build my subscribers. Yeah, I'm just going to do a quick read, take some couple of different decks and get some whatever you need to know. All right, so we're doing who? Aquarius. Learn from the past and butterfly spirit. Transformation is beautiful. So there's definite working on yourself, the 11/11. Elephant spirit, learn from the past. You do have lessons. So something's happened, and talk less, feel more just flew out when I was shuffling this one as well. This could be to do with a partnership. Maybe you've got to transform yourself so that can be better, and they need to transform themselves. Learn from the past. I mean, there's definitely something that caused, like, there was some sort of challenge and obstacle that you need to learn from so that you can then, like, if it ever comes up again, right? You're not going to repeat it or whatever. So obviously there's talk less, feel more, already had fallen out. Call your emotions. There's a lot of internal emotions that you yet haven't dealt with. Take a breather. Yeah, you have yet to actually deal with your, like, we're talking about transformation, but like, I feel like you're not actually dealing with how you feel. I feel like you've kind of like put it in a box and locked it and gone, I just won't deal with it. Everything's fine. That's not gonna end well. Eventually you're gonna repress and repress and repress, and it's gonna go like, you haven't yet dealt with whatever it is you need to deal with. And I feel like that's forgiveness as well. with the elephant, which is funny. You've got elephant learn from the past and elephant forgiveness. Like, maybe you're into elephants. Maybe there's something to do with elephants. I don't know. Maybe elephants is your spirit guide or spirit animal or whatever. If you're feeling angry about a past issue, the elephant is asking you to discover the more vulnerable feelings behind that anger. You are being asked to forgive and be gentle with the others. And that's what I said when it said cool your emotions. Take a breather. Talk less, feel more. You need to forgive. And I feel like even when you're talking around the topic. You're not like saying what needs to be said. As I said, you repress a lot. That's way too many. I might just take those couple. Unconditional love and trust. Yeah, there's something to do with trust here. You're wanting to be able to trust them. And practice forgiveness. There's definitely like no resentment. I have no resentment towards others. See the good in everyone. Practice forgiveness. The same message keeps coming up. You can't trust somebody and you haven't yet forgiven them. They obviously did something to hurt you, but you're not expressing how you actually feel. So there still needs to be some transformation. There still needs to be some expression of how you feel. Oh my God. It says it's time to hit the reset button, clear out the old so that room is available for the new to enter. Trust that better things are coming. Prepare to move to the next phase of your life. This is your rebirth. Welcome this beautiful brand new energy. You've got this. And I feel like it's even if you've hit the reset button with somebody or this situation, you're not looking for something new. I feel like you still need to forgive. You still need to learn from the past. You still need to like express vocally how you actually feel, what you're actually holding on to. Is there one more? You are so much closer to a powerful breakthrough than you may realize. You have been praying for things to heal, new opportunities to appear, relationships to improve, and these prayers will soon be answered. Have more faith in yourself. Be proud of how you're navigating every curveball that life throws at you. How you deal with those times shows your true inner resilience. Nothing can break that. That in itself is an inspiration for others. Keep shining your light. Like, you are a strong person. But once again, you need to deal with the feelings that you haven't yet felt or been able to express. It's like when someone hurts you and they're just like, get over it. And you try and express how you feel and they don't want to hear it. They're like, well, just move on, let it go. It's not that easy. One more. Yeah, there's definite like shadow side. Someone needs to heal. And this is regarding a love life, your heart chakra. Something happened. Tried to avoid an ending here. You're definitely, it sounds like you're still there. You're still in the same situation because you don't want to let it go. You didn't want to make a decision. And you have two cards that are both about movement and choices and decisions. It's like, which door do I pick? This one here in reverse, but it's like, which one do I go with? It's like, you have to make a choice or a decision, and it's like, I don't want to make it. But at the same time, there's this whole toxic, with the Five of Swords in reverse, it's like toxic situation. And this person may want to reconcile, but it can also be that you feel so defeated from this situation And as I said, you haven't yet been able to express that and heal from it, because you just put it in this locked box where it's like, if I don't deal with it, I'll just pretend that everything's fine. It will just be fine. And unfortunately, that's not the way the world works. So, yeah, you're going to have to heal. You're going to have to do that, the work that you don't want to do. All right, that is what I have for you. That's a very pretty card, for sake. All right, let's move on. So we're moving on to Scorpio. 01, 44, 54. Scorpio, my sign. Whichever page you're watching this on, please go to the description box and like the other page. I'm trying to increase, whether it's tarot and chat with Rach or spiritual and angelic guidance, I'm trying to increase the likes on both pages. Okay. It says nothing is wasted with the vulture. Freedom is yours and chameleon spirit act as if. Know your worth. Claim your independence. Make your dreams real. Okay. So I feel like at the moment you could be in a place, or you will be in a place, where you're just taking some time by yourself. I feel like that's like a hermit mode. 33 is 6, and 6s are about success and reward. So I feel like you will have success, but I feel like at the moment it's like, get out there. Just be you. Be happy being single. Be happy being you. If it's single, whatever. Yeah, just enjoy your life is what I want to say. You got to get out of your comfort zone, though. You won't, like, staying in your comfort zone is not going to bring you to anything. Like, same walls. If you sit in your house, it's the same walls, same people, same whatever, whoever lives in the house. You're not meeting anyone outside of your comfort zone. So if that's what you're after, I feel like you need to get out. Nothing is wasted. Everything you've been through, whether it's a bad experience or a good experience or whatever, nothing is wasted. We go through things so that we can eventually get what we want, but also know what we want and know what we don't want. So I feel like there's always lessons and there's always things that you're learning. So with the vulture, nothing is wasted. And I mean, when vultures eat whatever the meat is that they're eating, they eat the bones, they eat everything. Vultures are not fussy. So yeah, nothing is wasted there. And I feel like whatever you're doing in your life, nothing is wasted. I feel like, though, even if, like, it's that fake it till you make it, you need to do that. So if there's some situation in your life where, if you're not feeling comfortable getting out of your comfort zone, act as if you are. Like, try and just sort of, do whatever it is to, like my dad always said, fake it till you make it. Keep your heart open. And I feel like, possibly you're trying to get out there. You need to lighten up and do things that, even if you're getting out there. And I have social anxiety, right? So I know how it feels to get out there and, like, be totally uncomfortable. But I always try and act like I'm, as I said, fake it till you make it. I'll try and act like everything's fine, because it is. Even though inside I'm like screaming, oh my God, I just want to go home. You got to put yourself out there. Nothing's going to change for you if you keep on going the same way, if nothing changes. You've got spirituality with the hawk. Like, I feel like you've got to trust that you're walking the path that you're meant to. like keep moving forward. But I feel like you do have worries, I guess, that you're not going to get what it is you want. And that, you know, there is definite worry, and you feel like you need to control the situation to get what you want. But I feel like nothing passes us by. You've also got Hawk spirituality. Quieting the mind, detaching from your thought patterns, puts you in a better position to take in messages from your spirit guides. Maybe meditation might help. Definitely detaching from your thought patterns. It's hard when you're... Sorry about that. My video cut out. So, yeah, you're not happy where you are. You don't think you're going to get what you want, but you've also got a lack of patience. And I feel like at the moment you're needing to just sort of work on your everyday things. Yeah, I feel like that was pretty much the bit that I just wanted to say before the video cut out. So, yeah, if you're not happy in your life, make some changes, but just know, as I said, you need to take action for things to happen. But yeah, nothing is wasted, so just know that. And fake it till you make it. All right, that is what I have for score. Okay, sorry, my video cut out again. I ran out of SD card room. So we're on Cancer. So Cancer, if you're on Tarot and Chat with Rach, or if you are on Spiritual and Angelic Guidance and watching this, then please go and like the other page. I'm trying to increase my subscribers on both. We're just going to do a couple of cards, do a quick read, get a few tarot, and yeah, just as an extra. All right, so Cancer. Ooh, Starfish Spirit. Open to infinite possibilities. Ooh. That's number 14, which is 5. So you're going through some sort of changes. And Bee Spirit, number 7. All right. So you were going through change, or you're going through, or will go through changes. It looks like with number 7 being the Bee Spirit, that there were challenges and obstacles in whatever situation you are or were in. But the Bee Spirit does say sweet results await. So be open to infinite possibilities and sweet results await. So it sounds like you've got good things coming. On the bottom, oh, I haven't seen that card yet. You've got Armadillo Spirit, set healthy boundaries. So maybe that was something you didn't have in the current or in the past situations. That's number 3. So it's about growth and it's about you taking action, which, I mean, if you've been through tough situations, you know, that's going to help you grow anyway. All right. Find out more, please, for Cancer. Cancer, please. Card for Cancer. Oh, you got 3 cards. Make time for self-love. Detoxify is in reverse, and find a balance is in reverse. Be humble is in reverse. I feel like with find a balance, I feel like this is just saying make sure you've got your head and heart in alignment. Also, equal give and take in relationships. It's going to be different for different people, but I feel like find a balance, even time-wise. Maybe it's between work and play, or work and fitting people in. You also do need to make time for self-love, so which could also be regarding the balance, is making time for you. You seem to be someone who puts other people first. So setting healthy boundaries, you're always there for other people, but you're not getting the same back. I don't know whether you're turning to like alcohol or drugs or, you know, things that are not good for your body. It could even be diet. Maybe you just need to like look after yourself and the temple that is your body, I guess. Yeah. Obviously, it's a general read, so I'm trying to give numerous to suit various people. Okay, can I get a card for Cancer, please? Spirituality. I mean, I feel like they're trying to help you. They're trying to guide you. But you need to actually take time. When it says like take time for self-love and, you know, that kind of thing, I feel like it's saying you need to actually take time to kind of spend time by yourself, quiet your mind. And this can be the detoxify as well. You need to like detach from other people for a while, and also detach from all those kind of like negative thought patterns, anything that's kind of keeping you stuck, anything that's making you feel really negative, because you do have luck and abundance after that, so you have good things coming. I just feel like you've got to stop the negativity, because if you're putting out and even thinking negative thoughts, like, you're probably going to attract that, more of that. So I feel like, yeah, you need to just thought those kind of negative, detach. Oh my God, why am I having so much problem speaking? Detach from those like negative thoughts that you're having. And I want to say, by you detaching, you can then take in, and you'll be able to hear more of the messages that Spirit's trying to give you. And maybe you'll be more aware of them. Maybe you'll be more aware of like numbers, or that you keep seeing repetitive things. Maybe you hear the same song over and over. Whatever this is. Yeah, positive thinking. What did I just say? Positive thinking, exactly. My life is full of little bits of light. I direct my thoughts to the things that bring me happiness. My mind is gradually calmed by the light. And look what else you got. Peace of mind. Through love, release, and inner activity, I know peace. I have a gentle perspective on life and meet every step with confidence. I remain brave in the face of fear. As I said, it's like this positive thinking and calming your mind will just, yeah, it will help you so much. But it will also help with the whole, any fear that you've got. It will also help with hearing Spirit. Any messages they have for you. Can you tell me more, please? Cancer. We were talking about finding balance. Ooh. Okay. I mean, these cards are on the bottom, but they're relevant as well. Instead of pushing yourself so hard, stop, breathe, and reevaluate. You are doing enough, even if it doesn't feel like it. Don't wear yourself out to the point of exhaustion. It is not worth it. Balance your time more wisely. Find a balance. Self-awareness is key. Take time today to go within and spend time with your soul. Go for a walk in nature and ground yourself. Meditate. Listen to your favorite music. Whatever you enjoy most, do that today. Exactly what I just said. Go and detach. Go and spend time in nature. And then you've got the 3 that came out. You wouldn't plant a seed and then dig it up every few minutes to see if it's grown. So why do you keep questioning yourself, your hard work, and your decisions? Have patience, stop overthinking, and keep watering your seeds. You've got, we are always speaking to you and sending you messages. When you feel like you're alone in a situation, just know that you never truly are. We are reminding you to stop, look around, and believe in something else, something more. We've got your back. Listening to spirit, like I said. Detach, spend time in nature. Now, this one came out in reverse. Don't place limits upon yourself. You're an infinite being with unlimited potential. You can have and be anything you want. Don't hold yourself back or allow anyone else to. This is your life. Live your truth and remain heart-centered at all times, which is healthy boundaries. They're all like, you can see that they're all repeating the same messages, which I absolutely love when Spirit does that. Okay, let's get 3 cards for Cancer. Can I get 3 cards for Cancer, please? One more, please. Thank you. So, fertility. So, obstacles and challenges are over on the bottom, which is what I said about before. The first couple of cards are that you've been through these challenges and obstacles, but they're over. Now, you've got the Empress, you've got the Moon, and you have the Wheel of Fortune. You've got 3 major arcana cards. Big changes, which is what I said before. Huge changes. Like when you have major arcana and you have like more major arcana than small, and you've got, except for obstacles and challenges, but the rest are all major arcana. So we'll start with the Empress, which is pretty much you looking after you to make you happy. You know, it can be that you have kids. Maybe you're pregnant at the moment. If you're not trying to be very careful. But for me, this is about self-love, like looking after you, that whatever makes you happy. Yeah. Then we have the Moon, and I feel like there were things that were, I want to say, hidden from you, and there was a lot of uncertainty, or there could be, if you're in that situation still, there could be a lot of uncertainty in a situation. But I feel like whatever's hidden comes to light. I feel like this is part of that setting the healthy boundaries. You were accepting of things that they could have, I've got hiccups, could have been secrets, there could have been deception. I feel like though, whatever you possibly think, like trust your intuition, because I feel like that always guides us correctly. But you also have the Wheel of Fortune. So things are, the wheel always turns. So even if you've been going through absolute crap, it's always going to turn. So things will get better, right? So keep that in mind, which I guess is part of that positive thinking. Because, yeah, you've got the luck, you've got the abundance, open to infinite possibilities. You've got sweet results await. Like 4 cards here are saying there's going to be good things coming, and that the obstacles and challenges are over. And look, you've even got, I just realized underneath that, you've also got material and spiritual prosperity, 6 of Pentacles. You've also got that as well. So yeah, there's a lot of things going on, and it looks like you're being very negative at the moment, but I feel like you, due to whatever you've been through, but I feel like just keep the positive spirit, keep the positive attitude, the mindset, because things are going to be getting better. So that's what I have. The Cancer. Let me quickly put these cards back and we will move on to Pisces. And then I'm going to have to figure out the times afterwards. All right. Let me quickly give these a shuffle. Now, Pisces, if you are watching this on Spiritual and Angelic Guidance or Tarot and Chat with Rach, please go and like the other page that's in the description box, because I'm trying to get subscribers on both. I've just started the Tarot and Chat with Rach. Okay, tell me what's going on for Pisces. Nothing is wasted, and it's in reverse. You feel like whatever you're spending your time on is being wasted. And this could be like you're being in situations like relationships, for example, or can you tell me more? Yeah, if it's like it's time that you're putting in on whatever this is, whether it's a job, relationship, whatever, you're giving of your time and energy to something. Now you're feeling like, let's say, okay, here we go. Here's an example. Let's say you have been in a relationship for 5 years, but it's not working. You're not happy. You know, you've been putting in, you know, everything into this relationship, but you feel like it's not being returned, or you're not, you're just finding that you're not interested in that situation anymore. You both are growing apart, whatever. But you're like, I want to leave and, you know, see what's out there. But at the same time, then I've wasted 5 years of my life, right? Which is where the whole wasted comes into it. You think that this time and energy you put into something is wasted. Nothing is wasted. But you feel like you've wasted, 5 years of your life or whatever. Sorry, maybe you're not sleeping because that all of a sudden came on. You could be feeling very tired, drained, I want to say, as well. This could be stressing you out big time. You may even be in a situation where this situation that you're in, whatever this time wasted situation that you feel is wasted, it could even be over, but you're like, oh my God, I was with that person for 5 years and now we're separated. They left me, I left them, whatever. But like, oh, that was a waste of my life. Nothing is wasted though. I feel like when we go through these situations, it makes us want to like shut off to people. But I feel like no matter what the situation and whether there were challenges, obstacles, whether it was a toxic relationship, whatever, horrible job, whatever, I feel like you just need to give, expecting like you're not doing things, or you're not giving your time and energy for things to get any kind of return. You're doing it because that's who you are. You're doing it with gratitude. Tell me more, please, for Pisces. But you definitely are in that place of feeling like something's wasted. You've wasted time, energy on someone. you've got reflect on your priorities and be proud of yourself. I mean, what are your priorities? Step up and lead. Now this is time for you to, take back power in your own life. Know your worth is in reverse. You need to realize that just because a situation ended or a situation didn't turn out how you thought it might, even if this person cheated or whatever, it doesn't reflect on you. It reflects on them. It shows that this person is just an asshole. It's not reflecting on you being a certain type of person or you not giving enough, sex or whatever. No. Don't blame you. It's not your fault. You need to be proud of yourself and realize that your priorities now are you. Your happiness, I just feel like reflect on that. Really think about that. Focus on, you be proud of yourself. Maybe this person cheated on you. You didn't go cheat on them. You were an honorable person in this relationship. If, you tried hard with your job, you put in so much effort and time into a job and, you need to be proud of yourself for that. No matter how that turned out and they got rid of you or whatever, be proud of you. And now it's time to focus on you, your priorities, which I feel like is self-worth. Focusing on you. Don't focus on other people. Focus on you. Your priorities are you. I just had a whole heap turn. Yeah, you need to be gentle with you. And it talks about the grace, sensitivity, and gentleness of the spirit animal echo the qualities brought forth when living from the heart. Now, these two were on the bottom. Keep moving forward even if you're unsure of your next step or where it may take you. Trust that you're walking the path you're meant to walk. Remember, we're walking it with you. Trust yourself more and make today your new beginning. Try to leave any past mistakes in the past. Don't allow them to weigh you down any longer. Exactly. Move forward today with the confidence and knowing that you have better and brighter days ahead. So true. As I said, this is not about you. So it's going to help you grow, though. You've got the Jaguar with growth. Maturity is the ability to embrace change, and change cannot happen without death. The death does not necessarily mean physical death, but it means like an ending of a relationship, a situation, or simply your decision to not continue with the same old habits. You've got spirituality, where you should quiet your mind, detach, maybe spend some time in nature, meditate, all those things, because, spirit is guiding you. So, yeah, if you listen to spirit, it will help you. Maybe you're seeing the same number, maybe you're listening to, and the same song comes on the radio or something. But just, listen and quiet those negative thoughts, which are the, I'm not good enough, they did this, they cheated on me because I'm ugly, or whatever your thoughts that you're having are. Because it's not about you. And I feel like that's something that I need to keep repeating. When it says be proud of you, and I just feel like, and your self-worth, because it's like know your worth is in reverse. I feel like you need to realize this is just not on you. It's not because of you. It's not because you were a certain type of person or not doing something that they wanted you to do or whatever. This is on them. Now, you've also got abundance and you've got leadership. And we had that before over there where it says step up and lead. You have come into your own power. Now is the time to take the lead of a situation and be strong. Using the power of intentions, be clear with your purpose and define where you're heading. And abundance. Abundance and liberation are finally on the way. It comes to you now to remind you of the amazing manifesting power of gratitude. You will always have plenty when you express gratitude to every part of creation. And what did I say before? Give with gratitude and grace. They're all repeating. They want you they want you to see the same messages to make sure it sticks. You can manifest what you want, which is what it just said. I feel like, though, at the moment, you need to heal. You need to take time and work on you and your self-worth. You've got unflinching. I am steadfast in the face of fear. I accept the challenge calmly. I am determined to think with gentleness and calm. So, yeah. Even if this is a scary thing, maybe you've been in a marriage for a really long time, or you've been in a relationship for a really long time, or you've been in a job and you're like, oh my God, now I'm going to have to find a new one. Whatever this is, it's like, yeah, it might be scary, but you can get through it. You will be fine. If you pay close attention, you will notice all the doors that once closed are opening up, just in a different form. Things may not appear exactly as you had envisioned. Like, I don't think this your life, at whatever age you are, is how you planned it. You know, I know for me, definitely not. Like, I know, I'm just going to use me as an example, but I know that I had thought I would be married with kids and, you know, having the mum life, and, you know, here I am with no kids and not married. Okay, these came out in reverse. Never allow yourself to be taken for granted. It is better to remove yourself from the situation than be treated less than you deserve. You are precious, you are worthy, which comes back to self-love, and self-worth, which is why it's in reverse. I know that you've been questioning yourself lately and wondering if you are good enough or strong enough to do that which your heart desires to do. This message is here to remind you that you really are more than capable of doing it. Rise up and take that leap of faith. I mean, I can't make this up. The same cards keep coming out. Like, self-worth is what you need to focus on. This was not because of anything that you didn't do. Like, I'm sounding like a broken record, but you need to realize that, because you're feeling like there's something you should have done or you did do or whatever. Maybe you feel like you weren't the perfect wife, the perfect girlfriend, the perfect boyfriend, whatever. Nothing to do with you. One more. I feel like this came out of nowhere, like very quickly. You didn't have time to like make a plan here. But you also, I feel like you didn't listen to your intuition, or maybe you're just too trusting. I don't know, but you need to like, yeah, you thought there was going to be success. But this has definitely come to an end. This is like a, oh my God, my card's trashed. This is like a definite ending. I really have to replace these cards. I've got replaceable cards. I just don't want to because they're my favorite cards. Okay, so yeah, you might have lost money with this situation or in this situation. And it doesn't even have to be money either. I feel like now it's like you need to focus on you. That's your... I feel like, yeah, you were very giving to other people, which is, I think, what I said before. Now it's more you time. Focus on you. Spend time on you. You know, the reality is this, let's say relationship or whatever, there were there were obstacles and challenges here. Like, this wasn't a perfect relationship, marriage, job, whatever. It's like, I just heard like hanging on by a thread is what I just heard. It's like you weren't happy, they weren't happy. If it's in a job, you weren't happy in your job and you wanted out anyway. But it's like fear kept you there, or you didn't want to waste all that time, that energy, that whatever you feel like you wasted. And you didn't want to feel like you wasted 5 years, 1 year, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, whatever. So, yeah. And I feel like, I mean, there's no right time for a situation like that to happen. I feel like, though, it was more about like fearing the unknown. It comes back to more fear, which is, I think, what came up before. And the same with that patience and planning. Like, you didn't have a plan. This came on, and like, say, okay, here we go. Say you're married, your husband comes in and says, I'm leaving. It was like, let's get this done. It wasn't like, oh, I'll try and convince them for the next year that they should stay. Like, it was over. With the World card, it's done and dusted. There's no going back. And yeah, so I'm feeling like you stayed because of fear and because you didn't want to feel like that time was wasted. But there was no plan. You didn't have a plan. But whatever situation you went through has caused a lot of like internal feelings. And I feel like maybe you didn't get closure. Maybe there were things you didn't know. Maybe, you know, could have been a lot of things. But I feel like this is done and dusted. This is over. And it's just now you needing to, you know, make yourself a priority now. Okay, that is what I have. So thanks so much for watching, and I'm sorry again for all the cutting out on videos. I'll catch you whenever I do the next read. Okay, bye.